Hello, everyone, and welcome to my presentation for EDTL 6221, where I detail my experience with creating a module based on the fostering of teaching presence in virtual learning environments. Teaching presence is one of the elements in the community of inquiry and is a significant determinant of student satisfaction, perceived learning, and a sense of community. I realized also that teaching presence begins with a teacher be way before the development of the course, and the teacher must become an instructional designer, plan and prepare the course of studies, and it continues during the course as the instructor facilitates the discourse and provides direct instruction when necessary. A few things which came up in terms of consideration of the design of this course were the context, the scope, principles of good practice, inquiry based approaches, universal design for learning approaches or theory or principles, theories such as cognitivism and constructivism, as well as the backward design. I developed objectives, which were the overarching objectives of this module. They were to foster an evaluation of the participants' teaching presence, discuss factors which can or may contribute to a lack of teaching presence in virtual environments, learn strategies that can be used to effectively develop teaching practice in the digital environment, and to guide the development of material that will help others to develop their own presence. Experience is truly the best teacher. After years of being introduced to technology through several projects such as the Laptop with Child initiative that occurred not only in Indonesia but the Caribbean, as well as the ebook program, and others, teachers still have not been prepared for ICT integration. Teacher training remains a sore point throughout the region. However, training in terms of using platforms, using devices, and applications that can be leveraged in the classroom are insufficient because that's what the focus is on a lot in this region. But it is insufficient or ineffective in meeting the needs of teachers and students. And the COVID pandemic has proven that there is still a lot of work to be done in order for teachers to properly or effectively integrate technology into the classroom. So there is a lot of frustration because planning or training does not cater to the specific needs of teachers at this current time. And then the request for integration is continuously made while teachers are unprepared. Training must therefore be specific, intentional, and systematic. Teachers in our region need not just understand theoretical underpinnings and frameworks. These things are largely theoretical and heavy, and when teachers have a resistance to technology, this is not the best approach. And this is why some do not wish to take formal classes because they consider it too heavy and the commitment to do so is lacking. However, training geared to empowering them with the right tools and strategies for the specific problem and context, which is to use and create an environment that is more impactful for students. That's what the goal is for, to be able to reach students' needs at this time, whether it be in the blended or learning classroom environment. And we don't want, per se, the one size fits all training that we are notorious for in the region and in my own country. Not only does this not provide for our needs, it is not cost effective. But this module provides the necessary knowledge for the development of teaching presence, which is one aspect that is important for successful online facilitation. This model tests the participants' skill as they design content to demonstrate the ability to utilize these skills. Nothing is truly learned if one cannot apply the knowledge into real life situations, and I believe that this particular module does just that. So, a project which is almost the overarching goal of this module was designed because a real, authentic situation is what drives learning. When we know exactly what the problem is that we're going to be solving, when we identify it, we are more inclined and more able to go ahead and to find ways to solve this problem. This project description reads that you have just completed the course entitled Cultivating Teacher Presence in Virtual Environments, and you have been asked by your school principal to assist the teachers in understanding how this can be achieved. Using your own personal experience in the virtual classroom and the knowledge of how to overcome some of the problems that you faced, create a 5 to 10-minute video in which you provide teachers with strategies as to how they can create a positive virtual classroom environment through the development of their own teaching presence. Ensure you explain how these strategies have helped improve your own virtual facilitation proficiency. This is the overall goal, or we like to say the end game, the project, which is to propel students to learn. And because of this, I developed sub objectives where the specific strategies to provide the content necessary for the project included setting the tone for the online class, managing teaching presence, organizing the course, facilitating interaction, and lastly, scaffolding learners. This was modeled through an instructional video, as the research has proven time again time and time again, that for one to have an expected outcome, one must model or demonstrate what they want to see in a classroom. And so this video, which is posted in the blog or in the e-portfolio, provides students with an overview of those topics. While we consider this module, I thought also of teaching presence and the direct instruction that is sometimes necessary. You see, direct instruction is effective in filling gaps in knowledge and providing more detailed and varied instruction. Because teachers have gaps in knowledge, and there is a disconnect between the ability to have a computer and maybe have Zoom to the actual how to create an environment that everybody wants. And so teachers want to understand the applicability and the relevance of training in a more direct manner. Therefore, the activities designed in this course not only model the fostering of teacher presence, but facilitates a community of learners where they can get support from their peers and solidify their learning. Because of the scope of this module, it is important for participants to work on the main project, but to also reflect on the process as they learn through the course. So discussion postings and forums are there to encourage persons to discuss what they're feeling, to make recommendations, to seek assistance with clarification and so on, which are the same sort of attitudes or um, characteristics we want to see in our own students. So by practicing this module prepares teachers for what it is going to obtain in the virtual classroom environment. I have found as a student that being in a situation myself, I am more empathetic to the needs of the students and more sensitive to them. And so this module is in the hidden curriculum developing this. I believe this is a better approach to training, authentic problem solving, instruction that meets the needs of the learner and is not heavily theoretical in nature. Although the content does provide theories and information which encourages further learning and experiences of others, I know that this module will certainly be more effective than the one day or one shot training activities that we live in our region. So this module doesn't only hope to to achieve the highest level of Bloom's revised taxonomy, which is creation, but to achieve all of the sub skills, all of the subsets of skills that the teachers need as they use computer mediated communications to drive online learning. I hope I have detailed this to you in a very good way. But before I close, I want to make mention of the fact that we are evolving constantly as people, as educators, as researchers. Technology itself is evolving even further or farther than us or quicker than we are. And so it means that we always have to reassess what we were doing in the classroom. And hopefully, my participants or persons who would read this module or interact with it in the future can build on that knowledge, use it as a base for further reading and for further research. And again, always in partnership with students, review, reflect, and reimagine learning so that it becomes more effective in the 21st century. With this, I thank you for viewing, and I hope that you have time to read through this module, interact with my material, and this is a start of something I believe will be very impactful in the lives of teachers who are stumbling through creating a wonderful, positive, and effective space in the virtual classroom. Goodbye.